So the holiday season is upon us. And if you are hosting a holiday party or a get together, or you're hosting the in-laws or something like that, you know that it is just stressful to begin with. And we've got an amazing sponsor that's going to make it a little bit easy. And that's Chinette. So Chinette is a people-focused brand that is disguised as a premium disposable tableware brand. And they have been a part of American culture for over 90 years. So Chinette provides durable plates, cups, cutlery, napkins, and table covers. And they're really the go-to brand for cookouts, holidays, birthdays, game nights, baby showers, and so much more. So the best part about Chinette is they have 3 different types of products. Their Chinette Classic products are durable, there's no bends or leaks, and they're microwavable safe. Then if you're getting a little fancy, you need to check out the Chinette Crystal. They make everything look very, very chic, plus there's no shatter. And then Chinette Comfort is so cute. They have a built-in sleeve that keeps drinks hot and hands happy with a snap-on lid. So visit mychinette.com to find out more. That is mychinette.com.
Get the sleep of your dreams with Beam's Dream Powder. Get 35% off your first month of Dream, plus a free mug and a free frother. Head to beamorganics.com/LadyGang. That's BEAM organics.com/LadyGang, or go to beamorganics.com. Please enter the code LadyGang at checkout for 35% off your first month, plus a free mug and a frother.
Close to our heart is the belief that ladies give back and show up for others. Right now, there are over 300 million women and girls that live in period poverty across the world. And without period care, they often stop going to school and miss out on economic opportunities. So we're showing up for them. We've partnered with SALT Sustainable Period Care AB Corp with a 2% give back mission to donate period care and help fund initiatives in menstrual health. So each time you buy with LadyGang at shop.theladygang.com, you're helping give girls in need planet-saving period care, so when their periods start, their education doesn't have to stop. Plus, go to salt.com/pages/LadyGang for your own period care and get 15% off with code LadyGang.
Well, what is this?
Welcome to the Lady Gang.
That's amazing. Say that again.
The Lady Gang.
Things are about to change around here.
Each week we catch up with Hollywood's hottest girl posse, Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Lady Gang. I am Becca Tobin here with Jack Vanek and Kelty Knight.
Hello.
Yes. Hello there.
Hi.
Just went upstairs to check on my dad, who's working on my house. He was making many swears, and he said, I guess I don't have my assistant today. I was like, yeah, Dad, I have a job.
Oh,
So that's where we're at.
Just have to keep on keeping on.
Can't you see I have my hair done and I'm wearing a nice Fabletics and Lady Gang sweater? This cannot get paint on it. This is hollowed ground here.
Fabletics and Lady Gang?
I have Fabletics. I have a Fabletics legging and then our Lady Gang tunic in black.
I was like, do we
Still
have a collaboration that I don't
Rust.
know about? Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, Jack, we made a collaboration that you had nothing to know about.
Surprise.
Perfect.
That would be.
And it's clothing. Perfect.
Jack would have that paranoia
Yeah.
of all humans.
Totally. Just like, I'm left out. Why didn't you let me know? Because it's not real. Okay. Anyway.
It's not real. All right. In that case, it's time for...
Good week.
Yes, it is.
Bad week. Oh, no.
Who would like to go first?
I want to go first this time.
Go.
Wow.
I have 2 exciting things around my 40th birthday that I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
So
I'm glad that we're in what month right now?
Yeah, we're a
It's
little
November.
bit early, but
No,
cool.
it's coming. I'm making plans.
Okay.
So, after I left ET, I remember when I used to fly business class around the world everywhere and talk about it on this podcast, like incessantly, like a total bitch.
Yep.
And I was concierge key, and then they stripped it away from me because I didn't travel enough. Well, when I was concierge key, I got about 850,000 air miles on American Airlines.
Holy
and I haven't
shit.
used them. It's so many like the air miles on Delta don't go as far. Like you have to have more to get. Anyway, it's a ton of air miles. And I was like, they're going to expire. So I was like, you know what? I got to go on this huge trip. And on my Bujo for the year in my goal section, I had big trip planned: Tonga, Bali, or Japan. I'm not going to any of those trips, but I did decide that for my 40th birthday, which is coming up in January, Chris and I are going away for Christmas. I wanted to do a huge trip to celebrate turning 40, and I booked it. And I used all of my air miles, and I got us business class tickets all the way to Jordan and Egypt for Christmas.
Shit.
And I'm going to do pyramids, Petra, Wadi Rum, hiking, Dead Sea extravaganza.
Damn. That's a great way to kick it off.
Right. And the cool thing is that Chris is so tall, right? He doesn't do coach really. Like, I mean, he does, but if we're going for these 12-hour flights, like it would just be really mean. So I'm always waiting to like upgrade or use points or something. So the whole thing cost me like 800,000 air miles and $1,400 to fly around the world for 2 people. That's
damn. When are you going?
She's like, let me get my calendar when I know I'll be free.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going on the 16th of December when we get back on New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's fun.
2 weeks. I'm super excited. So now I'm like in it trying to figure out like, should we cruise the Nile? Should we like do this? This has been a dream. I remember when Chris and I first started dating and I was at dinner with him and I was like, what's your like bucket list dream trip? You know how like when you first start dating, you like ask each other like questions about each other's dreams. And he was like, I want to go to Petra. And I was like, oh my God, the start of civilization. Anyway, so we're going to go 2 days there. That'll be so good.
Very exciting.
Petra's like that part that's like, it's all
It's Petra.
whatever. Okay, I got to figure that out. I got to watch more YouTube videos. Anyway, it's like anyway. So I'm so excited about that. Now here's my bad week. My bad week is that I believe that I am starting menopause.
Oh my God.
I know.
Why?
Well, okay. I need to go to the doctor. First of all, I'm going to say that I know this, but if there's anyone else who's like 40s, I have had sore breastises for like 3 months now, like fully both sides, not pregnant. They're inflamed and they're hard and they're sore as f-. And I remember when hormone expert Candace came on and she was like, sometimes it's a hormone thing that makes your breasts really tender.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's that I have no hormones. The hormones are seeping out of my body. So I'm using my progesterone cream. But anyway, I'm going to go to the doctor, but I've never experienced anything like this in my life. And my period is coming like every 2 weeks and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
But when did this start?
Like 3 months ago.
Okay. So this is when you get a vaccine. No, when you get a vaccine, the natural response for your body in women, a lot of the time our hormones spike when our immune system is working. So a lot of women have been dealing with nothing major, but different types of different
just hormone changes in their menstrual cycle.
And menstrual cycles.
So I'm fine. I'm fertile.
No, I think that you should probably go to the doctor if something has been happening for 3 months straight.
I mean, I've had weird stuff since April.
But
I'm having
just
the
happened.
worst periods of my life. And my friend Rebecca said that us ladies that get old and have not used our uterus for the scientific procreation, your uterus freaks out and starts like bleeding like a motherfucker and getting so crazy. So I don't know.
Definitely go check it out if you're bleeding every 2 weeks. That can
ask your mom when she went through menopause, because a lot of the time
it's the same.
Yeah, you go a lot of the time, like the women in your family, you'll kind of hit it around the same time.
All right. So, life is good. Life is terrible.
Godspeed. Well, I did hear for anyone who is going through menopause, the only way that you can, this is allegedly, the only way that you can do hormone replacement therapy and have it be successful is if you catch it perimenopause, which is right before menopause.
Right now.
So if this is, it's like get ahead of it to see if that's in fact what it is, because that's when like the hormone therapy is really successful, allegedly.
Putting it on my to-do list right now.
Good for you.
There you go. I'm going to go next.
Jack.
My good week reminded me of you, Becca. I was reading an interview with the star of Squid Game. Her name is Hoyeon Jung, the supermodel. Mm-hmm. And they were asking her, it was Vogue Korea was asking her what she's been listening to lately. And she says, absolutely nothing. I don't like music.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, somebody after Becca's own heart.
I feel you, girl. Sometimes we're just too sensitive. It affects our moods too much.
Just put on nothing, you know?
I knew going to see one of my favorite artists of all time, Cam, the country artist. I know that I have to see her because I love her so much, but I know that I have to get myself ready and in a state of like being emotional. I'm going to be emotionally affected by seeing this. So I had to be like, Becca, you're going to go to this. You're going to be affected by it. It's going to like feel weird, but you're going to be happy you did it. And that's what I have to do with music.
It is so wild.
Not always, but if I'm in like a state where I'm easily affected, then I
Yeah.
have to really, like, if Zach puts music on in the house and it is not vibing with my mood, I cannot listen to it.
That is
I
so
realize-
interesting.
I realized that in addition to having sex to sad music, I also hike to sad music.
Oh my God.
Hiking to Dermot Mulrooney or whatever.
Dermot Kennedy.
Yeah, like the
Mulrooney,
saddest
the
music of all
actor.
time.
I will say there was a Dermot Kennedy song that I had on repeat last year and I would go running, but it wasn't that sad. It was more of like an,
Yeah, he
it
has
was
like
one
the
of his
upbeat.
upbeats,
Yeah.
but like really sad.
Yeah, super sad.
That just is what gets you going,
I'm
Kelsey.
just Drake. I'm Drake. I'm in my feelings. Okay, bad week.
Oh my God.
So
bad
you
week.
like being brought down?
I'm too happy.
I feel like it makes her comfortable, you know?
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. My bad week is I was like on Instagram scrolling around. I follow that account. This is 30 or it's 30 AF or something like that. It's basically memes that we all understand because it's all from like our youth.
Mhm.
And she made a post about milk ads from like the 90s.
Gross.
You
Oh my
guys,
God. I collected them.
I found a Britney Spears one and it says, baby, one more time isn't enough. 9 out of 10 girls don't get enough calcium. It takes about 4 glasses of milk every day. So when I finish this glass, fill it up, baby, 3 more times. They were telling us to drink 4 glasses of milk. when
No
we were
wonder
growing
people
up.
menstruate at 10 years old.
That is, I can't even I think about drinking more than like 3 sips of milk.
But
let
it was
alone-
like so fucking cool to be in the milk ad.
oh
like,
my God,
oh, yeah.
so cool.
The
took us
Olsen
for
twins did it.
fucking ride. Milk took us for a ride.
Like,
But-
it's so funny. I'm like, wow, the fucking dairy farmers are really lobbying to get us to drink like a bunch of fucking milk. Like, it's insane.
But it's also, people still give their families that much milk in places in our country. Like, it is very common for kids to sit down for dinner and have a glass of milk still.
It is.
We've just been in LA too long where people don't drink milk.
It's so weird, but milk is so good. I had some regular
With
milk
cookies.
with a cookie. They
Mm.
opened a Crumble Cookies in Orange County, which is like the best cookie place ever. And I ordered a milk with it, and it was delicious.
Mhm.
So
Hit your milky 3 more times.
sick.
4
dude.
glasses of milk. That's like,
That's a lot of
A lot
liquid.
of milk.
it's a lot of liquid. That's
That's
also
a
like
lot.
700 calories
I
probably.
know. Just in milk. It's insane.
I guarantee you Britney Spears was drinking Pepsi. She didn't drink a single fucking milk that day.
Absolutely not.
No,
Hi,
she did
Barbara.
not.
Becca?
Yes.
Okay. So my bad week, weird. It has to do with Barbara. Tell me if I've told this before because it was so scarring. I kind of blacked it out and then I remembered again. So when we go out away, like if we go to dinner or we go run errands and we leave the dogs at home, Barbara is still in her little pen area, like her prison. Not a crate, but a little area that's by we have a little bar sink thing in our dining room, like a bar area. So
A wet bar?
a wet bar. So she is in the pen in this little nook and we put down a pee pad and a little bit of water and she just lives her life. She's good in there. Well, one night we came home from dinner. It was a Friday night, not too late. And we opened the garage door and we're greeted by both dogs, which was alarming because
Mm.
She
or at
got out.
least, yeah, I was like, we had a jailbreak. So I walk into the house and both Zach and I are like, it smells horrible. Like, what is that
Oh no.
smell? It's definitely shit. It's feces. So I walk in around the corner and I see footprints, little muddy footprints all around.
Mud?
And I'm like, what the? How did she step in mud? And then I turn the corner and I see that the whole gate, the pen has been shifted, like shaken over
No.
into
no.
the area. The water bowl has been spilled and there's diarrhea
Oh.
that's now like poop soup in the pen area. And then on top of this, not just is there water in the diarrhea, the ice maker is very warm. So it puts off some heat. So it basically cooked
Oh.
soup into the fucking hardwood floor and Barbara stepped all over it and then tracked it all through the house.
No.
Yeah, that
No.
happened. And it's Friday night. We've had a couple cocktails and Zach and I are literally on our hands and knees with bleach, like gagging and scrubbing. And it was the grossest thing I've ever seen. Feces everywhere. Don't come over. Don't sit on my couch.
Oh,
Disgusting. Disgusting.
oh, I'm sickened.
Do you have a 30-second good week?
Yes, I do. Okay. I got sent a picture on Instagram, as you do, from a LadyGanger, and she sent me a side-by-side of the Glee cast and the main band, because the main is clearly taking their fashion tips from Glee, because they're in a red pant and a white button down, and the entire finale of Glee was that exact color scheme.
Oh my God.
Someone made a collage, a side-by-side of the Glee finale and the main. So that was my good week.
Wow. When worlds collide, two worlds I never thought would collide.
Never, ever.
Right in front of our eyes.
All right.
All
Our
right.
guest is here. Let's go.
Let's do it.
I am telling you that I freaking love this new Beam Organics Dream Powder. It is amazing. I just posted on my Instagram last night. Sleep is the most important thing to me. You got to repair your body, your brain function, your mood, your weight. A lot of us struggle to get a great night of sleep, and struggle no more, because it's time to sleep like a lady. Beam's Dream Powder is here to give you the best sleep of your life. It's got hemp, reishi, melatonin, CBD, all these other things. It's freaking delicious. It's a nice little hot cup of cocoa before you go to sleep. So get the sleep of your dreams with Beam's Dream Powder. If you subscribe now, you'll get 35% off your first month of Dream, plus a free mug and a free frother. Head to beamorganics.com/ladygang. That's BEAM organics.com/ladygang, or go to beamorganics.com. Please enter the code LadyGang at checkout for 35% off your first month, plus a free mug and a frother. Pause or cancel anytime. Plus, you'll get a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't see a difference in your sleep. Sounds like a win-win to me.
Okay, do you want to hear a crazy, mind-blowing fact? Every year, U.S. businesses waste over $400 billion because bad writing causes confusion, misses the mark, or just takes too long to get to the point. And that's why we love our sponsor, WordTune, because better, faster writing means better business. So WordTune is amazing. It feels like you're having like a personal editor sitting with you all day long. And WordTune improves writing efficacy up to 4 times. Better, faster writing means better business. So when can your team use WordTune? WordTune improves performance on any project, and that means everything from internal emails to press releases, sales outreach, to customer service support, and so much more. And you can use WordTune anywhere that you're writing online, and that includes Google Docs, Slack, Outlook Web, and WhatsApp. And right now, our listeners can get 50% off WordTune for Teams at wordtune.com/lady. If you want to see the benefit of WordTune, you can try WordTune for free at wordtune.com/lady. But this 50% off discount is only available for a limited time and only available for teams. You might never see a discount like this again. Your team can start writing better right away for 50% off at half price. That's wordtune.com/lady.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the Lady Gang is a big, big fan of BetterHelp because we are big, big fans of talk therapy. So if there's something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals, or you're just kind of feeling a little BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours. So it's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional therapy done securely online. There's a broad range of experts available, which may or may not be locally available for you in your areas. It's available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist, and you're going to get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you never, ever have to sit in a weird waiting room again, like traditional therapy. So we want you to go over there and start living a happier life today. Visit their website, visit betterhelp.com/ladygang. That's better, H-E-L-P. Join the 2 million people who have already taken charge of their mental health with the help of an expert and an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. And our offer, you can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/ladygang, betterhelp.com/ladygang.
Now back to the Lady Gang.
You don't have to take our word for it, but you can definitely trust the bee in Apartment 23. Our guest today is a force to be reckoned with. She starred in Breaking Bad, Veronica Mars, Jessica Jones, Confessions of a Shopaholic, and a zillion more projects. She got her start in a Dr. Pepper commercial. FYI, Dr. Pepper's super gross. But now she's
I love Dr.
She's
Pepper.
considered a multi-hyphenate crushing guitar, writing, directing, and mamahood. She's currently being an evil witch in Nightbooks on Netflix, and she's here to talk about her brand new project, The Girl in the Woods, that launched on October 21st on Peacock. It gave me 3 full nights of nightmares after viewing just the trailer in preparation for this chat. Please welcome to LadyGang, the lovely Krysten Ritter.
Thank you. What a gorgeous intro. Thank you.
Step 1. Why are you so scary?
That's the most fun, right? Being scary is like way more fun than I ever thought it was going to be. I loved it. I'm like, can't go back to regular, people. I'm all about it. It was
are regular roles like boring to you now when you get to play like such fun, interesting, spooky things?
100%. I feel like, I always try to change it up, and I always try to spin everything on its head. It's like a heroin addict, superhero, sociopath, witch. I'm like, just try and put me in a box. So that's always kind of part of it. Just trying to figure out like, how can I do something completely different all the time? But being the villain in Nightbooks and being the baddie was just something I was dying to do anyway, but loved it. And just like would sink into it a little bit deeper every day. It is a good time. I'm not going to lie.
Is it because you're so beautiful, like that it feels good to get ugly like a witch? Like because you started as a model, I think, or was modeling, and like you're so pretty and you've been pretty forever. Is it like, oh, I just want to put on some ugly nails and like some weird contacts and just be like that girl for a minute?
Well, obviously you haven't seen the movie. I do not look ugly. I look probably like
you're pretty sexy.
I've ever looked.
Yeah, you're pretty sexy. I mean, I was like, yeah, you're right. Like when I watched it, I was like, it's like keep the witch happy. She's cute.
I mean, the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe are so fabulous and so over the top. That was part of the fun in creating that character and part of the appeal. I mean, I was in makeup for, I don't know, like hair and makeup, wardrobe, 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Tons and tons of sparkles and crazy nails and huge blue hair. The eye treatment that they did was in post, so I didn't have to wear any crazy contacts. I'm not sure that I would be able to do it. I'm like too sensory issues, but that's fun. Anything over the top and playful and heightened, that's all like some of my favorite stuff to do. I love being like hammy.
Just like at what point in your career did you realize like, hey, like I kind of don't want to always be the for hire. Like I want to be in charge. I want to run the set.
So I think, I have a acting training background working with my teacher, Marjorie Ballantyne, since about 2004. And so she's Stella Adler based and Stella Adler trained, worked with Stella, and we always looked at things as the macro. How do you put things in a social perspective? How do you like insert big ideas? What are we trying to say? So I kind of always started never just being the kind of actor who looked at my lines, just my part. I always kind of was a big picture person. And that allowed me to sort of take more ownership in my roles. I'm always very collaborative with hair and makeup, wardrobe, everything. I just sort of always inserted myself in a bigger way than just like saying my lines. I was always like a bigger picture kind of approach. So it wasn't, when I started working consistently and learning the ropes, I was like a sponge. I was so grateful to be on every set, and I would learn as much as possible and observe and watch, and not just to watch the like stars, the actors, or whoever's the star of the show or movie was at the time, but I would kind of watch the ADs and the directors. And in television, especially on something like Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23 or Jessica Jones, where I'm the number one on the call sheet and I'm there every day, you really start to get a sense of how this big machine works and all of the moving parts. So much goes on behind the scenes. So much happens before actors even come onto set. And I was really into it. And then, so when I was doing Jessica Jones, I started, planting some seeds that I wanted to direct. And I started, shadowing people and paying close attention and leaning in, right? When the creative conversations were happening, I would lean in and and kind of be a part of them. So that was kind of like the real boot camp that I had that really gave me the bug. But yeah, it's such an awesome job. It's hard to go back to just acting after directing, because it's just one of the most creatively rewarding and fulfilling jobs ever. One of the hardest jobs ever. But it's like pure drugs. It's like right into your veins. It's a really, really fun job.
I've worked with only in the last couple of years, because obviously the everything's changing for the better, but I've worked with recently a lot of female directors who have been, not to generalize, but to generalize, so much better than so many of the men in the industry. And there's something about a female energy. And again, I am totally generalizing, but there's something about a female energy and the humility that a woman brings onto a set when she's directing, and an openness for ideas of others. And I just feel like the more women in this industry and the more women that are sort of the captain of the ship, it always felt like a really safe space and a really just more collaborative, I guess. Did you have experiences like that?
You know what's crazy is I've mostly only worked with women my whole career.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Why you have the best career.
Yeah.
But there you go. They set you up for success.
The special sauce.
I honestly have just kind of always, I know like a couple years ago, you would have girlfriends of mine who were so frustrated with the kind of roles and always working with male directors over and over. And it was such a strange anomaly when you would work with a woman. And I have pretty much only worked with women my whole career, directors, showrunners, writers.
Wow.
So I'm, I love it. I think it's awesome. I've learned so much from all of these amazing women along the way. How people get the job done, how they carry themselves, how to sort of balance all of it. So I've been so lucky. I've always been able to surround myself with pretty amazing women that you could just like observe and be a sponge around and steal from.
That's so cool too. And I wonder if it's a testament, like you having all those women to see direct is also why you had the confidence to go into it yourself. Because I know for a lot of women, if the only person you ever see in that chair is a man, like as an actor, the thought of directing is so terrifying to me. I would rather take off all my clothes and like run around a set than be in charge of a set, even though deep down, I think a lot of people want that opportunity, but it's so intimidating. So it's cool that you had examples.
Yeah. And that's a great point. I actually never really thought of it that way, but I think like for this sort of younger generation coming up to be honest, a lot of the actors on Girl in the Woods who are young and, 24, 25, maybe I think Sophia Bryant's only 20, like they're witnessing an entirely different system than how I came up. And good and bad, right? Navigating everything now with everything being on phones and social media is challenging for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're getting to see a real huge cultural shift in how things are conducted and how people are treated. So it's crazy. It's crazy to like be at a point in my life and age and career where I don't want to sound like a grandma, but I've been doing this a long time and I've seen like real shifts happen, especially in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to just personally say you're welcome, because many years ago when I was a professional dancer, one of my jobs was being a movement coach for Stephanie Scott, who stars in this project, or is one of the stars of this project.
She is. She's the star. She's the girl in the woods. Yep.
She's the girl in the woods. When I saw the trailer, she's very freaky, not the sweet little Disney star Stephanie Scott on some education show on Disney. But I was very happy that you were, I'm assuming you cast it if you directed it, but I'm happy that you saw her brilliance, because she's a really sweet girl.
Yes, she sure is. And man, is she beautiful. She's one of these girls, like the craziest up angle is like her best angle.
Oh.
And I had her wearing no makeup, not that she needs a drop, and, you know, really stripped down, and her look. She's awesome, and she does such a great job in the show. I'm so proud of her. Yeah, she's in Austin too. I'm in Austin right now filming.
Oh, did you know that, Becca?
I live here now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta get the scoop.
I'll give you the scoop. I'll give you the scoop. Yes.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about in the trailer, we saw that the use of a power pose, and I'm a big fan of the power pose. The girls know for years I go in the mirror and I stand like Superman, and it's supposed to like change the neural pathways of your mind to make you more confident. Do you have a personal power pose?
I don't think so. I don't think I do, but I will say in the writing that was there, you know, we kind of workshopped a little bit with the actors on what those power poses were going to look like. And it was so funny to sort of see Sophia Bryant's interpretation of her power pose. She went to she was supposed to be like an empowered dancer, right? So you would assume it would be something like, you know, dancery and fabulous. And she went for Shia LaBeouf in that video where he's like, just do it or whatever.
Oh my God. Amazing.
That's what she interpreted, like strength and power. And I was just like, that's amazing. Let's definitely do that. And then Misha, they came up with, oh my gosh, Misha is like the comedic relief in the show in the best possible way. And they came up with really funny stuff for their power pose as well. But yeah, that was just one of those things that was like, someone writes it, and then there's the director with an idea, and then the actor comes in with an idea. It's like everyone has a different interpretation. It was really fun.
Well, I just want to let everyone know, when you do power pose, it changes your life. So if you don't take it from me, you can take it from the girl in the woods. Okay. Now, I said in your introduction that I think you're the most interesting person, because there's 3 things about you that I don't think a lot of people know that I want to bring out to the LadyGang. Okay. Number 1, the knitting. I mean, people do know about the knitting, but the fact that you're on the cover of Vogue knitting, you, Martha Stewart, I don't know, other famous knitters, like, that's so freaking rad. And it's rad because like a Vogue cover is cool, but a Vogue knitting cover is so iconic. Shut the front door. Who taught you to knit?
My grandmother.
Oh, and are you still knitting? And are you friends with Tom Daley? Like, he's now knitting at the Olympics.
Of course, everybody sent me those like social media pictures of the knitting at the Olympics, which was so exciting. That was a big deal in the community. Yeah. So I love to knit. I think I have gone through phases where I just can't put it down and have to like sleep in wrist braces because I get like so sore. When I'm on set, if there's downtime, which there is on this one, because it's a big hair and makeup show, I will get into it. It's just so relaxing, and creatively, it's so exciting to have an idea and have it actualized in your hands. Like, there's something very grounding and about making something with your hands. It gets you off your phone. I'm super into it. I have my own knitting kits with We Are Knitters. It's like a full on.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm such a dork. But my Grammy taught me, and I love to honor her in that way. And yeah.
Have you ever sold any pieces?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
Oh my God. Yes.
Mostly give them away. I mostly make things for people. And it's the most exciting part of it is having that idea or that inspiration to make something for somebody specific. And oftentimes I'll like have an idea to make something for someone, and maybe it's really random and I'm not even that close to the person. And when I've given it to them, like actual tears happen.
Oh my God. What are you knitting? Are you knitting sweaters? Are you knitting blankets? What is your go-to?
Well, because I'm in Austin, it's hot as hellfire here.
Mm-hmm.
Just so everybody
knitting
knows.
Speedos. Knitting
It's about to cool down, though, just so you know. It's not going to be this bad.
A knitting bikini.
I'm knitting a bag right now. I'm knitting a bag that's super fun with like a handmade, hand-dyed, hand-spun yarn that is very special and fun. And it's like hot pink and hot green. So I'm knitting a bag.
Cute.
Fun.
I love that you're such a good knitter. Like you're like, I have my kits, and then you're like, I just think of an idea and I knit it. That's next level. That's Vogue knitting. That's not like you do she's like, I freestyle. I'm a Van Gogh knit. Okay, love it. Now, another story we like to say in Hollywood is like small town girl makes it in the big city, and everyone like has their version of what their small town is. Like for me, it's like 15,000 people. Like, oh, it's so small. Your town had 838 people in it. Shikshini.
Shikshini. Yep. That's me. Yeah. Really, really, really small town. I'm from a farm, and a real farm with cows. My family's still there. My sister is still there, although she's coming tomorrow to visit me. Thank God. And yeah, very small town. I was discovered at the mall when I was 15, and that door was open for me. And here we are.
How many people did you graduate high school with?
Under 60. I think like 52 kids or something like that.
Wow.
Are you friends with them on Facebook?
A couple. Yes. Yep.
Oh my
But
God.
not many. I mean, it was also so long ago. I don't like, if I had like a pop quiz, I'd be like, wait, what? But it does come back to me a bit. And there are a couple people that I'll keep in touch with or like see but also because I was a model at such a young age, like a lot of my like where most people would be friends with like their high school friends. I'm friends with like some of the girls I modeled with when I was 15, 16, and in touch with them. And that's kind of like the same thing,
Yeah.
If
I were you, I would be like, Shikshini, I want the fucking parade. I want the day. I want the street. 838 people. You got one Krysten Ritter. You're welcome. That's what I would say, but live your life.
You're not wrong.
Now, third most important, interesting fact about you. I watched it twice. The Whitney Houston, Enrique Iglesias video, Can I Have This Kiss Forever? You are a extra in this video. I tried to find you. I watched it twice through. I was looking for the time code. I can't find you.
Yes, you can. You know why? I just have really short hair and I'm wearing, okay, so it's the pool scene, right? And I am so pale and like so gross and like pale and skinny compared to like all the other girls that were in the video. And I came out, they were like, oh, we should put a shirt on her.
Oh my God.
So
because you were in a bikini?
Yeah, because I didn't look great in my bikini. Things have changed. But yeah, that's totally how it was. I was like pale and skinny and, they put me in a shirt instead of like being in like, I wasn't like the hot, like bikini video girl.
I'm playing it again. Okay, so you're not in the Enrique Iglesias has like ladies laying all over him inside.
It's a pool.
I think you'll see me like swim by in the background. I have black short hair and a white shirt on. In the
like,
pool.
did they just put you in a t-shirt? Just like a white t-shirt? Oh my God.
Okay, first of all, whoever thought Whitney and Enrique should have a song together, they were wrong. I mean, the song's amazing. When they're together, like in the like loving, singing to each other part, I'm like, these two things, this is like peanut butter and pickles. It does not go together. I'm watching it again on the side here. What was it like being with Whitney Houston? Were you close to Whitney? Did you smell her? Did you love her?
I'm not sure that I smelled her, but of course, like she walked in and when you're starting out, I would just say yes to everything, like any opportunity to like be on set or act or, at that time I was like featured extra in things from the modeling agency. And that's how I kind of got into acting. You're just kind of like, just do it. I didn't get like I didn't get any like one-on-one interaction with her because I was an extra. And same with Enrique. I didn't have any like, any interaction with him either. It was just kind of like in a group of girls in bikinis and me in a shirt over top my bikini.
I can't wait to go watch this again in deep. By the way, it has over 104 million people have
seen you in your swim shirt.
104 million people have seen the video.
104 people have not seen me because you can barely see me in the video. But I am there. I am there.
We're so proud of you. I love it.
God,
I love it so much. Okay. When we come back, Krysten's going to fix your life. This episode of LadyGang is brought to you by Ritual. Are you taking a vitamin every day? You listening to LadyGang right now. How long have we been talking about this? It is so hard to get the nutrients that you need to live a good lady life.
just by the foods that you eat and all those coffees that you drink all day. Visit ritual.com/LadyGang and turn healthy habits into a ritual. That's 10% off at ritual.com/LadyGang. Over 97% of women from 19 to 50 are not getting enough vitamin D or their omega-3s. Omega-3s are what keep you beautiful, by the way. So that is why we love Ritual. Ritual vitamins are delicious. The essential for women 18 plus is your game-changing vitamin. I want you all to be taking one of those little tiny kind of goldy yellow, delicious tasting vitamins every single night. And Ritual is offering LadyGang listeners 10% off your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/LadyGang and turn healthy habits into a ritual. That's 10% off at ritual.com/LadyGang. Head on over to ritual.com/LadyGang.
So we are all big fans of Rothy's over here. And I know many, many, many people in the Lady Gang are as well. And guess what? It's the fall season. And for the third year in a row, Rothy's is launching an exclusive autumn collection featuring washable merino wool styles. They are so incredibly comfortable, cozy, and 100% machine washable. And there's a variety of colors, patterns, and styles. I'm telling you, these are my go-to shoes for all seasons now. So the wool collection is amazing. They also have men's. That's right. They aren't just for women anymore. They now sell men's sneakers and men's driving loafers. These loafers are chic and classy. Their line features the same level of craftsmanship. We just love Rothy's so much. Durable, washable, better for the planet, plus rigorously tested for the perfect fit, wash after wash. So we want you to go over there and check out the fall season. They're giving us a chance to share this rare opportunity with our listeners for limited time. Right now, you can get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/LadyGang. That's ROTHYS.com/LadyGang. Head to rothys.com/LadyGang.
Okay, ladies, can't remember the last time you wanted sex? Oh, you've got kids in the car? I know. We'll call it ice cream. Listen, I scream, you scream, maybe not for, ice cream. Oops. If your desire for ice cream feels, well, like a rocky road, then you are not alone. Millions of women have felt their libido melting away because of a medical condition known as hypoactive sexual desire disorder, or HSDD. But unlike brain freeze, HSDD can be treated. Maybe it's time to change the flavor of the day from not in the mood to libido renewed. So whether you're into plain vanilla or the queen of whipped cream down to the cone, or deciding between the big or the little spoon, it's time to scream for ice cream again. Visit screamforicecreamagain.com to learn more. That's screamforicecreamagain.com.
Hey, ladies! Get funky. Ask the Lady Gang.
All right, so we're back. Krysten, for this part of our podcast, it's called Ask the Lady Gang. We have our listeners writing questions about their lives. It might be like their work life, love life, friends, everything in between. And then we try to give them some sort of advice. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it sucks. So we're going to jump right in. Our first question.
Can I just tell you that you kind of look like Stephanie Scott? It's like,
I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
You guys look a lot alike. Anyway,
I can see that.
Well, she's gorgeous.
she really is. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
And I look like.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Are you wearing a white t-shirt or a zebra t-shirt?
Zebra t-shirt.
I see you. Hold on. Can I just pull it up? I just want to show.
Sure.
Blinking, you will miss her.
Literally, I blinked the first time.
Amazing. Incredible. Okay.
I mean, this is a great little, I love kind of highlighting these stories because it's hard and you got to stick with it. Like there I am, barely in this music video. The Dr. Pepper commercial thing, my first job, I was cut out of it. Like you just keep showing up. The amount of no's and the amount of rejection that you have in this business, in this world, and even not in the business for young people, it's like you just have to keep showing up, and hear no 7 million times until you hear yes, and not get discouraged and really have fun with the journey. So we can make fun of me all day for that little thing, but I feel like it's such a great thing to put out there that nothing happens without a whole lot of hard work.
We were just talking about this actually, just the entertainment industry in general, how there's really no place that you get to where you feel completely secure. Yeah. That's just the name of the game. And how the biggest people who you think, like the household names like yourself, where I'm sure there have been a couple months or maybe a couple years of your career where you've already had so many great shows and great roles, but there just comes a time where it's a little quieter. Like, how did you manage those moments and your career? And did you know that something was going to come again? Did you have fears that it wouldn't? Like, what was that?
I think I've always been a very like positive person, like to a fault, you know, but I've always had this idea that it's a roller coaster. And if it goes up, it's going to come down. You're going to go back up again. And I've just trusted that from a very young age. And I don't know why. And I don't know why I had like the fearlessness. Like looking back when I just got started, I'm like, Jesus, I had balls. Like, I don't know what, but it's a fearlessness, I think, and a sort of resilience that just keeps me going. And I think I try to approach things like not a destination.
Yeah.
You have to get to a point where you're okay with all of it and take advantage of it. If there is a quieter moment, like embrace it, because when you are working, it's hard and you're up at 4 a.m. and or it's like really intense and you're sick. When you are down, you got to like make the most of that. So I would use that time to kind of working on other things and explore other interests, and take more of an ownership of my life and my career, you know? So when I'm like, maybe not filming a project, I'm like reading books and like optioning properties and developing stuff or writing a book or knitting something. It's about like having a very full life, and working on yourself and not like an end goal, not an end result, not focusing on getting hired. You work on you and what you have to bring. And then you are never not busy or busy. It's just your life.
Yeah. Wow. Very healthy outlook.
I really needed that today. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to hijack Ask the Lady Gang. Go ahead, Jack.
Okay. We're going to jump into a few questions. The first comes from Anonymous. She says, I'm having an issue with my own Lady Gang, a group of 5 girls. I have never thought of us as quote unquote, no new friends kind of group, as from time to time, we've invited other friends to hang out. However, 2 of my besties know the same girl through work, and she's been hanging out with our group a lot. When I first met her, I was excited because she's from the same hometown as me. But as I've gotten to know her more, I can't get past how shallow she is. I'm honestly judging my friends for still wanting to hang out with her. Should I get over myself and try to ignore her, take some time apart from the group, or maybe say something to my girls?
Ooh.
Jeez.
That feels hard.
Judgmental.
That is hard. I think if you're having that kind of like visceral reaction to someone, maybe you got to look at yourself a little bit, and see why. And if you're having that negative reaction to something or someone, maybe just step back. I know there's been like a couple of people that maybe I followed on social media and like would always be annoyed when I saw their stuff. And I'm like, why? I should just not look at it.
Because why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah. Just like take it out of your life. I think that's my ultimate advice. Take it out of your life. It doesn't seem to be doing anything good.
You also don't need to be best friends with every single person that comes into your life. I think it's very easy to just be like, if you can handle somebody and tolerate them when they're around, like it's not like something you need to sit down and have an intervention about with your group of friends.
Yeah. I would just like kind of let that, just like take a deep breath and move on and like stop thinking about it.
You'll be okay.
That's what we should do about this.
Yeah. And it's like what you give energy to, it kind of just grows, negative or positive. So those are the types of things where it's just not worth it. Just,
totally.
Wide berth.
Chill.
Totally.
All right. Our second question comes from Anonymous. She says, I'm 16, which by the way is way too young to be listening to our podcast. But she says, I've always had problems with stress and anxiety, but recently it's gotten a lot worse. During my yearly physical, I told my doctor that I've resorted to biting my nails, etc. And she recommended that I start seeing a therapist. However, whenever I have a panic attack, my parents tell me to read. While I've tried that, I know therapy will help me develop coping mechanisms. How can I reopen the convo with my mom? And what are some ways that you deal with stress?
I think, I think we all do, right? I get stress and anxiety and big time. And I have a lot of like nervousness. And I saw a TED Talk a few years ago, and I'll probably butcher it, but it was something about like changing your perspective on the stress and nervousness and looking at it more like it's your superpower. You care that much. And just like being okay with it. I would get really like nervous and have a lot of anxiety about like fainting in public, because that has happened to me like 2 times. So I worry about it more than it actually happens in my life. but then you have to just like switch your perspective. Like, okay, well, so what if I do faint in public? What's going to happen? Nothing. Like, who cares? Like, just be okay with it. I think if the TED Talk and the gist of it was like to get rid of the resistance to it.
Yeah.
Right.
And just whatever, I'm stressed and anxiety and having anxiousness about something, and just that might help. But I think getting a therapist is good for everybody. To talk, even like having an hour where you can just like get stuff off your chest, even sometimes when you don't feel like you need it at the moment, or you feel like you're like, oh, I wish I could cancel today. You always feel 100% better. So I would double down on that. Get a therapist, and yeah.
So true. Therapy.
I love it.
It's incredible.
Love it.
Okay.
The best.
The last question comes from, wow, these are all anonymous gals. How do you figure out who you are at the core? I feel like I know my likes and dislikes, and I know who I am, but sometimes I have trouble believing it. Very vague question.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think you just like, I don't really know how to answer this, but I will say, as I get older and have more experiences, the more confident I am in myself. And that's it. You just, at a certain point, you like care a lot less.
Yeah.
I totally think it takes time. Like, even, I don't know how old this person is, but even between obviously my 20s and now that I'm living my 30s, like things just kind of start to settle in, and you like learn who you are at your core. Like, you can't just have that without all of the experience of life and just getting thrust into different situations and figuring out what you respond to. So I think that, like, try not to beat yourself up about it if you haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah. It's hard to know anything.
Ever.
Nobody knows.
Also,
nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, and it's okay for it to change. I think that we're all really obsessed with this idea of figuring out who we are at our core. And yes, it's amazing. The intention is amazing because you really want to get to know you. But I don't think that that's such a like concrete answer. There's days where you can be the polar opposite of what you truly were the day before. And that's okay. That's being human. That's just,
Totally.
I don't think there's anyone on their deathbed is like, you know what? I figured it out and here it is. Because if someone actually had that, then they would write that book and we would all be reading that book.
Yeah.
We never get that information. But still good advice. I love this. Krysten, you're so lovely. So many things to tell everyone about. But first of all, you can follow Krysten and keep charge of everything at The Real Krysten Ritter on Instagram. The Girl in the Woods is out now. There's 8 full episodes streaming on Peacock, which we love, and Night Books on Netflix. Scary Witch, very good. We loved having you. Thank you for taking the time. Please feel free to send us a knitted gift when you finish the bag.
Buy one. We'll buy it.
Thank you so much, and we will
See you next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Kelty, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday. Get the sleep of your dreams with Beam's Dream Powder. Get 35% off your first month of Dream, plus a free mug and a free frother. Head to beamorganics.com/ladygang. That's BEAM organics.com/ladygang, or go to beamorganics.com. Please enter the code LADYGANG at checkout for 35% off your first month, plus a free mug and a frother.